woke up on Adventure Lake. Rained all day and all night last night. We had that 10 by 10 Cook's Custom Sewing Fly purchased from Red Lake Outfitters. Served us really well last night. And this morning, well, it's not very sunny and it's not very warm. Hopefully the weather improves a bit, but we're here for the rest of the day. Alright, our first lake trout of the trip, Adventure Lake. Delicious lake trout on the pan. Bushcraft style. Relaxing. Finished up that little solo trip just up on the top end of Adventure Lake, and it's the first experience these last 8 days with the Surrey River Quetico 17. Really nice canoe, super light, super stable, takes a hell of a load without much issue. But soloing, it's tough. You know, when I was trying to kneel it to one side, a couple of little things. One, the stiffening ribs make it really hard on the knees. So I ended up kneeling on my spare paddle on the blade just to offset that stiffening rib and make it a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, I was just finding that the wind would take me and it would be hard to get control over. Sometimes you like a keel. I guess I'm a keel guy. But beautiful lake, and we do have a touch of blue sky. What is that stuff? Haven't seen that in a couple of days. Becky's gone to sleep, taking an afternoon nap. That lake trout was delicious. Well, this is our relaxation day. Day 8 of our day 10. We have one more day on our trip. Almost not used to having a day break. Just sitting around and relaxing. Becky's still taking her nap. Did my little solo canoe trip, and then I repacked my gear. The Cook's Custom Sewing tarp. That one I had to do the seam sealing, and I did that today. And right now I'm just drinking a little bit of Bookmaker's bourbon. And I think I need a little bit more. good stuff. So overall, having a great trip. Last night was a difficult one for sure. It rained pretty steady. It started to rain in around 10 o'clock, and then it stayed off and off raining all day and mostly through the night as well. The tarp was basically the savior of that day. And then as part of our kind of gear dump, we wanted to make things a little bit easier on the last couple of portages, so we stowed a couple of bags, one large barrel and our blue duffel bag away, and we made some pretty hard choices about gear to leave behind back there, and in some cases we really felt wanting. So I left my axe and large saw, and I just had the pocket boy saw and my knife to do wood prep. And because it was so wet, I actually had to tackle larger size wood than I normally would, given those tool sets. So that's been a challenge, but it's worked. I also foregone the Trangia stove and fuel, which we had in abundance of, or at least we had about 750 mils of the fuel left, and basically just went with the twig stove, which under normal circumstances is no problem, but yesterday was a tough go again, and it was a lot of effort to get it going for dinner. But the twig stove became our campfire, so we set up the twig stove on a rock platform under the tarp, and we basically sat around that thing, loaded it up with little wood chunks, and that became our little source of heat and solace through the night. We left our Primloft jackets thinking we did things pretty much well with our long underwear and mid-layer fleece all through the week, and yesterday was, coupled with the rain, it was as cold as it could get, and that was a challenge to get through. We were both fairly chilled through the night. I mean, we still had the situation where we could have pulled out our sleeping bags over our dry clothes in the tarp and used that for insulation. We didn't need to go that far, but those Primlofts were sorely missed. So besides that, I think the rest of the gear we left behind wasn't that much of an issue for us. But also recognize that the single carry along the portage is Becky taking the large barrel, I take the small barrel, and the canoe has been really easy. Oh yeah, I left my cigars in my other set of bags. They were stuck in my shoe, so I missed those. We didn't take our dry shoes, we just have our scuba booties and wearing bare feet, and we missed those, but they weren't essential. And other than that, that's about all I have to say. Great trip so far. It's coming to an end, one more full day left. I think we could do another week out here. Doing 2 more weeks would be a challenge, but I think we could do another week, and I'm gonna miss the place when we leave. Couscous on the rehydration. Oh look, a single rainbow. Single rainbow? What does it mean? Good morning, Woodland Caribou. This is the sunrise I've been waiting for on Adventurer Lake. Day 9, last full day in the park. That's spectacular. On day 9, we paddled back from Adventure Lake to Haven Lake, picked up our gear, and paddled to the north end of the lake where we awaited pickup the next day. Just arriving to our portage point off of Adventure Lake, going back to Haven. So we just finished our last portage of the trip, and we are now on Haven. So Becky catches the last fish on the last night, a beautiful Eaton walleye. Good 1.5 to 2 pounds, and I'm gonna bonk them and eat them. Sunrise on day 10. Last day, they're coming to pick us up at 10 a.m. It's about 6:45 right now. We're gonna cook breakfast, pack up, and wait for the plane. Not a cloud in the sky on exit day. That's good because it means our plane won't be delayed. Our plane was a little bit delayed, expecting it to come around 10. It didn't arrive until about 1 o'clock, and we got to enjoy our sunny morning on our last day on Haven Lake. Boss, the plane, the plane! Our journey back home was through some pretty cloudy and glum weather, but otherwise uneventful. We took 2 days to get back to Windsor, driving the same route that we came in. Yet again, we got to experience a wonderful meal at Kinawabi Pines before driving the route the rest of the way home, across the Mackinac Bridge, and then across the Ambassador Bridge back to Windsor. Hope you enjoyed the trip. It was a lot of fun.